Hi, everyone. Geraldine Yong, CEO and co-founder of Pico Candy. We started about 2 years ago, and what we do is we are a content distribution platform. We distribute stickers to all the different messaging apps that I'm sure you guys are currently using. So there are so many people in this room, probably you guys use messaging apps. It's probably one of the most used apps right now for all of us, where we spend a lot of time actually messaging our friends and family. And so with how the app industry is kind of changing and how people are spending more time on messaging apps, it's interesting to know how are games related to this whole industry. And so that's what I'm going to talk about right now, which is this is actually a part 2 of my last year's lecture. So last year I talked about stickers and games on messaging apps and how basically engaging users with your content and how stickers can bring more users and like basically bring your game characters to other parts of the messaging platforms. So right now, I'm also going to be talking about something that's new, that's called chatbots, and chatbots are actually kind of like the new buzzword right now, because Facebook has launched it, and we see a lot of different platforms introducing chatbots. So with messaging platforms, we know it is the new social. Back in the day, we have SMS, we have social networks that we make friends, we have dating networks, and then obviously we have social gaming networks. And now we see messaging platforms coming like it's a convergence of all of these things in one. And how does this affect game developers or game companies? So basically, the idea behind it is to kind of find ways how to bring your users and congregate them on the messaging platform and send a message out. So we've seen very interesting trends being in this industry, obviously working with the different platforms, working with a lot of brand IPs, game companies. And one of the things is that we think that because your friends and family are already on these messaging platforms, you can actually do word of mouth promotion, which is very cost effective and actually can be very viral. The other thing that we also see is that instead of just using text, people are using images right now. People are using animated stickers, GIFs, like of characters that they like, like maybe it's like, be right back, on my way. Basically, there's so many ways that you can engage your users right now because you guys, most of your games have game characters. So that's the other trend that I see a lot of people are actually, using stickers these days. And last of all, I'm going to actually cover more and talk about chatbots. So what is the future of messaging apps? We have seen games, stickers. What else have we seen? New things that you can actually buy groceries. You can book Uber. You can actually pay your bills. So these are all emerging things that are coming out in messaging platforms. And if you look at this diagram, it kind of like sums up all the different features that are in these top messengers. Obviously, there's much more than these, but these are kind of like the top ones with the largest user base. And so when our company works with these companies, we kind of like work with them on the sticker level. And what we do is we identify what their user base is. And for example, some of them, their users are mostly in Korea. So we want to give them more Korean localized content. And for the ones that, are like, Facebook Messenger, it's more like, global. So then, it really depends on who are we're working with. So how does this affect game developers? Or I guess, what is the opportunity here for game developers? Basically, now we don't see a lot of games now in messaging platforms. I know Viber, Kakao, Line has their own game store and WeChat, but we don't see as much of an open system, I guess an open ecosystem as we did previously on Facebook back in the social gaming days, where these platforms are actually opening up their platform so that game developers can actually put their games in there. So we don't see that as much. Last year, 1 year back when I was on the stage speaking at Casual Connect, I was talking about how we see some of these apps opening up their game stores. So 1 year later, we have not seen very much progress in terms of like how they're actually opening up their stores. So how does games then reach these billions of users on messaging apps, where people are spending so much time on it? How do we capitalize on this, and how do we basically engage the users that are already on there? So 2 ways that we found that could be very interesting, and this is what we've done with our partners, is one, you guys have game characters. Those can be stickers. You can have them be sent across different messages. The other thing that is really interesting is to kind of build this whole immersive environment around all your games by having an extended form, which is what I'm going to talk about more later about chatbots. So I'll talk about stickers first. So as far as stickers goes, everyone knows what a sticker is, right? So they're static, they're animated. Currently in the market, we have distributed ones that are free. Basically, they're going to be used for promotion. We have also distributed the ones that are paid, where the game developer or the brand IP makes money off the sticker pack, right? So if it's $1.99 or 99 cents, they basically make revenue off everything that we distribute across all these platforms. And so stickers are very engaging. They are a very efficient way to actually have your image of your brand, which is essentially for you guys, your game characters or game IP out there to the masses of audiences. And some very interesting feedback that we've found is that most of the time people like to use animated stickers because they're fun and moving. But at the same time, in countries where we don't see a lot of internet coverage, people like to use static stickers because it might take them 5 minutes to receive a running sticker, right? Just because of the internet. And so a couple months ago, we launched, so besides working with all the large platforms like Viber and Kakao and all these guys, a couple months ago, we launched our own Pico Candy for Messenger app on Facebook's platform. And so this is an app that you actually pair and use and send stickers when you're chatting with friends on Messenger. So basically what you do is there's this list of apps that Facebook features, and then you can just download our app, and then from then on, you can just buy, and there's a lot of free stickers there where you can just download them and just use them in Messenger. So since we started, thousands of characters have already been transformed. So literally what our company does is either you give us your stickers or you give us your characters and we turn them into stickers. And some of the games that we work with, so we work with everyone from entertainment, like movies, toys, fashion brands, consumer brands, and games, right? So I'm sure you guys are very familiar with Capcom Street Fighter. So Street Fighter recently just launched a new Street Fighter 5 game. Just to let you guys know, in February they had this huge launch. And so what we did with them is we are now the company that's going to be distributing Street Fighter stickers across all the different platforms. The other companies that we've worked with that I thought would be interesting to share is Pororo. So this is, it's a very young children's, I'm sure if you have nieces and nephews, they probably are fans of Pororo. So we work with them to transform their stickers and we distribute them as well. This is another game that probably not as popular. It's indie game, but they have their own fan base. So we actually work with not just the big game companies, but also smaller game studios. And how many of you guys know what Trivia Crack is? So this is a quiz game that's on the Android store and iOS store, and basically I think they're one of the #1 quiz games. And so their stickers are coming soon. So as you can see, these are the kind of partnerships that our company works with. So there's two ways on how Pico Candy can work with you guys. So one is we can monetize your game characters and sell them for revenue, just like how you guys sell in-app purchasing. This is just another way. The other way is you guys can do user acquisition or brand campaigns with basically Pico Candy, and we help you. I don't want to use the word advertise because the previous talk was about how ad blocking and these things, but it's not really so much to advertise, but to extend your brand and your character IP across to different platforms, especially the messaging platform. So on this website, what our company has done is we try to make it really easy for content partners to upload their stuff. So if you go to www.picocandy.com/content_partners, you'll be able to sign up for an account and upload all your stickers in there, and then automatically we'll help you guys distribute them to the platforms that you want. So the next part of my talk, after talking about stickers, are you guys familiar with chatbots? You hear this in the news a lot. Probably some of your friends are talking about it, but it's not something that it's relatively new. So everyone's saying chatbots and chatbot stores are like the new and the next app store because of how the app store now is so crowded and it's hard to have discovery. It's hard to find games and good apps there, and therefore that's why you have all these companies in the whole ecosystem helping you get discovered. So there's been a lot of talk about how chatbots can be an extension of your game and how it can actually be more discovered because it's still really early. Like if you remember, like back in 2009 or 2008 when the iPhone was launched, the App Store was just literally like there are not a lot of apps there. So if you made like an app that farts, like basically makes a fart sound and you can tease your friends, it's like oh it gets downloaded like 1 million times, like that kind of apps. So the bot store, there's some cool, interesting apps, and there's also some, more, I would say, utilitarian apps that are more casual and just, for fun. So they haven't actually turned into like really utilitarian apps yet. And so this might be an opportunity for you guys to launch your own chatbot. And so you might ask, oh, okay, but how do I do it? Because, we already have so little resources to build our own games, and now we have to build our own chatbots. You have to do all the deployment and all these stuff. And so that's kind of like what our company does. So one of the other things that Pico Candy does is besides distributing stickers, we also provide an SDK to a lot of these developers and platforms. So not the large messaging platforms, but the smaller ones, where we provide them with an SDK so that they don't have to develop their own sticker store. They don't have to like acquire their own content. And so now for chatbots, we're going to do the same. We're basically going to provide a solution so that you guys can actually do what some of these cool companies have done. So I'll just kind of give you an example. Chatbots are really good because you can literally have your fans gain rewards, like unlock rewards, have like a whole extension outside your game. And this is exactly what I'm sure everyone here is very familiar with Call of Duty. And so like Activision, like last year, they did for launch, so basically like in the previous launch, right, for Black Ops, they did a campaign on Snapchat, and they've been quite successful. And this year, because chatbots is like the next big thing, right? It is going to be like the next, because Facebook's like, basically emphasizing a lot on it. You see Telegram talking about chatbots, and even Microsoft has chatbots. And so what they've done is basically they have their mascot, Lieutenant. So this guy's from the game, and so he is like the mascot that's kind of like speaking with users and gamers on how, like basically about the game, telling them about secret codes they have to unlock. And so there's a lot of engagement on how users are actually pulled into this game. So as far as like what we've like, what are the results from this is basically we've seen 6 million messages being sent in just 24 hours. So literally users from all around the world were communicating with this robot, right, which is a chatbot, but it's actually a character from the game. So this could be very interesting for you guys where, I mean, you might think, okay, Activision is like this huge company and they're rolling out this whole viral campaign. And so how do I, like a team of like, like 10 people or, like 20 people execute something like that? So those are some of the cool things that we're working on and that we'd like to share with you guys. So what is the opportunity for us all here, right? So as I've mentioned like before, stickers is one way that you guys can actually engage your users and bring your users to your game. So we can talk about how these sticker campaigns work and talk about how you can make additional revenue besides game downloads on different kinds of content. Because you guys already have the game assets, right? So you literally just have more ways to monetize it. And last of all, as far as chatbots go, we are able to basically work with you guys to deploy some of these. So currently this is all very early stage where 2 years ago stickers was like, just to start. People were like, oh, we're sending these cute stuff. And now we're seeing a lot of like, stickers on every single platform almost like that we use for messaging. And so as far as these goes, we would like to talk to you guys, if you know of friends or people that are interested in basically doing like engaging in retention beyond your current game. This is actually one of the ways that we think could be very interesting for everyone. So I'm going to actually open up the floor for Q&A if you guys have any questions.
All right, so thanks, Geraldine. I think, in my opinion, is where with the stickers and chatbot is going on, it's highly engaging to a lot of users, especially when you touch on the topic about chatbots, where you have predefined answers to every questions when people ask. So it could kind of like reflect, reflect the character of that person or that company. I think it's really interesting, right? So I have a question myself, right? How do you actually measure the effectiveness of someone's sticker, right? I have a set of stickers with many different varieties, right? Is there a way that we can measure that?
Yes. Okay. So that's a measurement that's analytics outside of chatbots. So when we actually distribute these stickers, we have analytics that can track, like for example, the high sticker is more popular, or say if your game has like 3 characters, like maybe a bear, a cat, and a dog, it will tell you which sticker has been used the most, so you know like, oh, the dog is like the most popular. And so these are some of the analytics that we actually make it more interesting than just distributing the stickers. So we can find out even, so the extent besides characters, we can also tell you guys where your fans are coming from, for example, that are using these stickers. Do you guys use stickers like on your chats and messaging? Like how many of you guys use stickers? So I see like females, I see some guys using stickers. So like, do you guys normally buy your stickers or do you download the free ones?
Free ones.
Okay, so when you download the free ones, and are they because they're free, or you download the ones that you think that are interesting to you?
Interesting.
Even though it's like not something you like, you would just download them? Okay, so that's why like for us, we actually have both free and paid. So for the free stickers, how we work is basically we help them distribute to like these different networks, and there's like a campaign fee that we charge, which is actually much cheaper than if you guys did user acquisition from iOS, which could be upwards of $10. So this is something that we think it's a much lower cost way, and it's another way to actually have more brand awareness with your characters.
So I think also that these stickers, right, has a perception, how it's perceived differently between a male and a female, right? I'll be honest though, when I first get to know about stickers, the people who chat with me who send stickers are typically females. So I don't really download stickers and use it myself, and then I started to notice that some of my guy friends started sending me stickers. It's like, are you acting cute, is it? That is my first reaction, right?
Right.
But then it gets viral. That is the most important thing. Actually, that's actually a very powerful thing when it gets viral. And especially coming from friends who are a guy, sending you stickers like that. And you started download stickers and they start annoying your friends with the same sticker that they do it, right? And I think that's actually a very powerful tool to engage people.
Right, and sometimes like it's really interesting you said that. Like some of the stickers, like you don't really like them, but then because they're annoying, you just want to send it to your friend because it's, like a picture speaks 1,000 words. So sometimes like if you just, like type something, it wouldn't have that impact, and therefore that's why people use stickers. The other thing as well is initially when we had like our first initial like group of stickers, they were all like for girls. Basically, they're all female. And then now you have like Street Fighter. Obviously, like if you're a female and you play Street Fighter, you might play Chun-Li, right? But then if you're a guy, you probably play Ken or Ryu. And so we now have a lot of like male games and male IP that guys will actually not feel is girly to actually use a Ken sticker. So that's kind of like what we see. And as far as chatbots go, we try to like have the whole interface of how chatbots and stickers converge in one, so that you have literally the whole system to manage your content, have analytics, and then that's basically what the Pico Candy platform is as well.
Do you find there's a game element in sticker? Like for the lack of imagination, I was thinking like rock, paper, scissors sticker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a way to try to make it like a game? So I send a different sticker, and you reply me with a sticker trying to talk me up, and then we just send stuff like that. Is there something that's already going on like that?
So like a gamification
Yeah,
using
yeah,
stickers.
yeah.
So I think that's a really interesting idea. Currently today, nobody's doing it. So I mean, literally, I think that's something that we are able to actually already deliver the content. So that might be something very interesting where you're saying like the sticker actually opens up and it actually is a game inside of the sticker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. I think that's something that could be very interesting for us to pursue. What we actually have is in the pipeline is something where the sticker is not just going to be an image, because we've already taken it from static to animated, and so therefore the next step is, since it's animated, a game can definitely be one of the things that you can use it for.
So I think if you don't have any questions in this room, we would like to thanks Geraldine for the presentation on stickers and chatbots. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to her personally as soon as she walks down the stage. Thank you, Geraldine.
Thank you.